Abram Smith, you, sir, are the newest Minnesota Viking. Come on down. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar. Vikings continuing to make moves that might not get your excitement level overly high, but in the long run, who knows? They've officially signed Abram Smith, running back. Most recently played for the XFL DC Defenders. If you followed the XFL whatsoever, this name will definitely sound familiar. He was on the all-star team. He was the leading rusher, and he was one of the best offensive players. Vikings no strangers to the XFL. That's where Lucky Jackson came from. Lucky Jackson as well was one of the best offensive players in the XFL. Before we get into that, see that little thing down below? It says Underdog Fantasy. Hit them up. Hit the link down in the description. Download the app. When you do it, make sure to put in the promo code SKULL. They will match whatever you put in, $10 to $100. They will match your first deposit. Take advantage of that. The best, I love me some Underdog Fantasy. Best ball drafts. You draft your team before the season. They take care of the rest. They make sure your best players are in the lineup, getting most points. You can win thousands of dollars every week. They also have the pick 'em, which is fantastic. You pick high, low. They're going to throw things at you. Like Justin Jefferson's going to have 7 catches. High, low. That's it. They make it easy. It's simple, and I love it. I already did it last night for preseason with the Jets and Browns game. It was beautiful. Do it. They match your first deposit. Let's get to know Mr. Abram Smith. Abram Smith. It's running back. Yeah, it's a little bit surprising, but I mean, in the long scheme of things, not really. I mean, he's going to be sitting at the bottom of the depth chart at the running back position, a position that we've had taken a few nicks on over the last couple of days. Madison with his hamstring, but he's already out there looking good again. Kenny and Nwangwu. I mean, it's as of now, I think it's fair to say that Abram Smith is a camp body. Does that mean he can't elevate himself over some of these guys or even potentially get on the practice squad? Anything is possible. But right now, if the season were to start, no, Abram Smith is not making the roster. Let's get to know him just a little bit more. Like I said, he played for the DC Defenders this year, leading rusher in the XFL. Before that, he had a very short stint with the Saints. College, went to Baylor, played running back. They moved him to linebacker. Then they moved him back to running back. So clearly the guy has some chops. Clearly he is very, very athletic. He's 6 foot. 213. When they moved him back to running back his last year, what did he do? He ripped shit up. 1,600 yards, 12 touchdowns. So why'd they move him to linebacker? Anyways, tough ass runner. Everything you read about his draft profiles, tough runner. It runs at one speed. I think I've looked at 3 or 4 different draft profiles on him. Everybody mentioned the fact that this dude's got one speed. So that seems to be his knock. He was projected to go in the 5th round. NFL comp is Nile Davis. I don't know if you remember Nile Davis, but again, he was a tough ass runner. So the Vikings worked out 3 running backs. Abram Smith was the guy. He kind of fits the mold with the Madison, with the McBride, just these tough runners. And maybe that's why they brought him in as just an emergency guy in case one of these guys go down. We'll see. Don't let these signings get your panties in a bunch. A lot of the comments when we're signing these guys, like with the offensive linemen we've done over the last couple of days, they're not coming in to be saviors. They're depth pieces, and they're taking a swing. This guy showed that he ripped it up in the XFL. Love or hate the XFL, he played good. He played fantastic, actually. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see him in next week's preseason game. Who knows? But we know come preseason, they're not going to want to drop Madison out there a ton. Ty Chandler even. We'll see how much run he gets. They're going to want to keep those dudes as healthy as possible, and that's where Abram Smith comes in. Let me know. Comments. What do you think about Abram Smith? Hit up Underdog. Make sure when you do that, you put in the promo code SKULL.